Look who's here. For a change, my beloved assistant Luna has decided to join us this morning. She is sitting on her perch, right, baby? Today is a good day because Luna's keeping us company. Good morning, everyone. Well, yes, don't look so startled, Luna. Okay, no more attention to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we examine our pets. We examine headlines from our city, our state, our country. We examine your comments, your questions, your ideas, your suggestions, and we combine everything to try to have a most connected, most wonderful life here in Puerto Vallarta, where we live as part of a community of English-speaking locals. There you go. Today is Thursday, October 21st. We're getting close to the end of the month, and we have all kinds of really fun news today. Sad news, stinky news. We have a little bit of everything, and we have to correct ourselves. We made a mistake, and the mistake resulted in good news, so that makes us very happy. So, before we dive into what we have scheduled for today, as always, it is a pleasure to see you all. It is a pleasure to say hello to new folks. So if you are new to the broadcast, just let us know by writing the word new in your comment, and we'll give you a proper welcome. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, you won't be able to comment because we have the comments turned off. But if you're enjoying the broadcast, please like the broadcast and follow us on YouTube as well. It is much appreciated. Also, if you have something important that you wish to bring up during the broadcast, it helps a great deal if you add the letter Q at the beginning of your comment. And with all that said and done, we can dive into the news. Let's go there. Bam. And that worked. Apparently, yesterday was a day to update the software that we use to create these broadcasts. And there was an update for my iPad, which I use to control the different cameras. So I've been a little nervous, making sure that everything's working as it's supposed to. So we start with news, in which we made a mistake. We don't like making mistakes, but when we make a mistake and we correct the information and it results in good news, then we love it. Based on earlier statements by the state and municipal government, we have been under the assumption that there would be no Day of the Dead celebrations here in Puerto Vallarta. But as it turns out, there will be a celebration after all, although not as celebratory as in other years. City Hall has announced that there will be no food fair, or kermés as we call it, but there will be altars installed at City Hall and that there will be Catrinas installed in the Malecón, and there will be a parade, but it will be safely distanced. So there will be some stuff to look at. Day of the Dead is celebrated November 1st and November 2nd. So I do recommend that you check it out. If you don't know what the altars are about, if this is news to you when we talk about Day of the Dead altars, just write the word altar in your comment, and I'll be so very happy to give you a quick crash course on why we erect altars during Day of the Dead. It's a lovely tradition, actually. So that's the first news item for the day. Yes, the second one is also good news. Good news for some. The state's health board has announced increased hours for restaurants, nightlife, and other businesses, according to Director Fernando Lopez Flores. It goes like this: restaurants and bars can now open at 75% capacity, can remain open until midnight. Church attendance has also been increased to 75%, along with sporting events. Public buses can operate at 100% capacity, that is, with all seats taken, but all passengers must wear a mask. There cannot be standing passengers in public buses. Cinemas and theaters can operate at 50% capacity, which suits me just fine because Dune opens today. Who wants to go see Dune? I do. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, but it is a good thing to know. Let's see, moving right along. Media outlets continue to nudge our new mayor to announce his cabinet. To date, out of 28 dependencies, he has only announced 5 directors. If anything, this news item has a complete list of who is in charge in all the dependencies. There you go, there's a whole list. We don't know if all these people are so-called office managers or actual appointed directors, but at least we know whose door to knock if you need anything done at City Hall. And now we turn our attention to SEAPAL. SEAPAL, as we know, is it's the entity that provides us with clean water here in Puerto Vallarta. It's a municipality-run entity. It also is the entity that moves caca water from one place to another. And here we've been thinking that SEAPAL is not so bad because at least they announce ahead of time when they'll be working at certain colonias and where water shortages will take place as they upgrade the water supply network. Well, as it turns out, the business of moving clean and caca water from one place to another is stinkier than we realized. According to this news item, criminal charges have been announced against the former treasurer for depositing 75,000 pesos in the account of SEAPAL's union leader without authorization. Now, I wish somebody would come by and deposit 75,000 pesos in my personal bank account. New SEAPAL director Salvador Llamas Urbina called this act a clear demonstration of organized crime. Llamas Urbina, the new director, finds it odd also that there are no financial statements to be found in SEAPAL for the months of June, July, August, and September of this year. This is definitely not a fun way to start a new job as a director. And of course, then there are the headlines. According to this one, now that the Rio Quale water flow is decreasing, as it always does this time of year, it has become clearer, or maybe not so clear, it has become murkier, that the amount of caca water flowing down Puerto Vallarta's most emblematic river will not make you fall in love with it. The article blames the apathy of the previous administration, and of course, SEAPAL is going nuts right now, repairing the damage along the river caused by Hurricane Nora to some of its facilities, as some of the organization's most important distribution points are located near the river, and they were damaged. This is all stinky business. I happened to catch an interesting interview with the new director of SEAPAL this morning with a couple of reporters, and it is a video interview available on Facebook. I haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing, but it is nice to see that these new directors are coming forth and actually talking about things and saying, yes, things were fucked up. We realize they're fucked up, and we're going to try to make them better. The reporters praised the fact that the new director would actually come forth and speak with the press, as this has not been the case in the past administrations. I have more good news to share. We find out that COVID vaccines for leftovers, that is, folks that for whatever reason were not able to get their pricks when they were supposed to, will actually happen in November, according to Dr. Jaime Alvarez Sayas of the 8th Sanitary Jurisdiction, which is what we are a part of. As it turns out, we haven't seen the leftover vaccine sooner because Puerto Vallarta is one of the municipalities in the state where people responded most favorably to the age-specific vaccination campaigns that took place in the past few months. And these are the big news items that we have to share for today. Let's turn over to the weather forecast, and then we'll have a couple of other things to share, and then we'll take a look at all your comments. Boom. Sorry, meatbags, I'm the one who bought all the apple polishing cloths. Gotta keep the ocular sensor shiny. For those of you who are not in the know, apparently Apple Computer has released these fancy schmancy cleaning towels or cloths so that you can keep your camera lenses clean, and they want like $12 per, which is kind of crazy, but that's just what it is. What do we care about that? What we care about is the fact that we are now running at 27 degrees Celsius, feels like 33. Humidity, what the frack? 93%. What's the matter, humidity? You're supposed to be going away. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 81. And our weather forecast for today says humid and partly cloudy throughout the day. High temperature of 32, low temperature of 25. That is getting lower, which is nice. Tomorrow, Friday, will be a humid and partly cloudy day with a high temperature of 31, low temperature of 23. And Saturday, we will have a humid and mostly cloudy day with a high temperature of 31, low temperature of 23. I am so very happy to see those low temperatures getting lower as the days get us closer to the month of November. Now, moving right along, there is a new sporting event called Burden Run coming to Puerto Vallarta, and it is expected to generate 7 million pesos in revenue for the city. A first-time event for our city. Burden Run is a fitness event where 850 national and international athletes are expected to participate. The event will take place at the Canopy River in El Jorullo and will involve obstacle courses, running, and all sorts of things that make me want to whip out my telephoto lens or binoculars for some eye candy. Yes, my years of riding a bicycle from Boston to New York or Boston to Provincetown are over. But if anybody out there is feeling sporty, I will leave you with the official website so that you can enroll in this obstacle course with mud baths and all kinds of things. Not for me, at least not for me to participate in, but I will definitely want to see some of the eye candy as I see athletes moving from one place to another. Now, check out this awesome photo. The caption says, in June 4, 1956, Jalisco Governor Agustin Yanez and Dr. Manuel Baumgarten inaugurated the path between Puerto Vallarta and Mascota. Can you imagine how long this must have taken to travel, let alone keeping the road in good condition? I mention this because Casa Museo, Puerto Vallarta's new museum, has been publishing all these awesome facts about our city on a regular basis. If you are interested in Puerto Vallarta's history, I strongly recommend liking their Facebook page and keeping track of what they're up to. I think it's going to be a wonderful new addition to the cultural offerings in the city once they open sometimes in 2022. And now a public service announcement. Time to switch our clocks is coming on Sunday, October 31st, when we'll have to turn back our clocks for 1 hour. Things are slightly different for border towns, but we're not going to concern ourselves with them because we are not a border town. And there are two states in Mexico in which time doesn't change at all. And we're not going to bother ourselves with those either. Just know that on Sunday, October 31st, here in Puerto Vallarta, we turn our clocks back for 1 hour, or better yet, Saturday night before we go to bed. And now, my personal sad news. It has come to this. The first Met Opera, the Metropolitan Opera Company, the first opera screening takes place in Guadalajara in 2 days. And it's a new work, and I totally wanted to go, but common sense dictates that I stay put. At least for this one. Damn it. There are great performances scheduled in our capital city for the coming months, so I'll look forward to those instead. But if you happen to find yourselves in Guadalajara this weekend, here's the triple whammy that I'm going to be missing. First, there's the Met on Saturday at noon. Then the State of Mexico Symphony Orchestra performs in the same venue on Saturday evening. Then the Jalisco Philharmonic has a matinee on Sunday at noon at Teatro de Gollado. 3 concerts in one weekend. Trust me, I really wanted to do it, but it's not a good time. There will be other times to do stuff like this, but I am itching. If you find yourselves in Guadalajara again, give it a go, check it out, and tell me how things went. And now let me take a quick look at your comments. It's always great to see your comments, your good mornings, and your company. Shungara boom bum boom bim bam. Let's see what we have. Lots of good mornings. How wonderful. Let's see. Oh, lots of hellos for Luna. Thank you very much. Oh, Professor Harper, it is always good to get your hugs. I send you back a big hug. Thank you very much for that. Let's see what we have. Coffee and headlines is like pozole, a bit of everything. Not Rachel Ray's pozole, though. Thank you very much. I take that as a compliment. If anybody asked me, yes, we like to do a little bit of everything, and that's the way I've always thought about it. I so much appreciate that comment, Matthew. And you guys seem to like it. If you ever wanted to see more of this or more of that, you know all you have to do is voice your opinion. And we appreciate it when you voice your opinion. Let's see what else we have. Somebody noticed that there are software upgrades. New shape and outline for the inset. Very nice. It takes a graphic designer to notice these things. Thank you very much, Rita. And of course, you can join us when we go to Moro Paraíso when you're back. Let's see what else. Buses have been at standing capacity for months. Well, Chris, for months you've known that if the bus is at standing capacity, you just don't hop on the bus, you know? I mean, the Palm and all the other venues have been packed with people and arguing that when it's convenient, they're bars, and when it's convenient, they're restaurants, and when it's convenient, they're theaters. So, you know, you don't like the bus, don't hop on the bus. You don't like the theater, don't go to the theater. It's that simple. Let's see. Thank you very much for that, Robert. Yes, I know that Day of the Dead is really important to many people. So there you have it. Let's see what else. There's a question. Are all of the banks and government and business offices closed for Days of the Dead on Monday and or Tuesday? I actually don't know the answer to that, but right after you, our beloved Professor Harper tells us that November 2nd is a bank holiday. So there you have it. No banking on November 2nd. Let's see. Actually, Michael, it's the other way around. I thought I was going to go to the Met. I won't be able to go to the Met. It just does not make sense for me logistically or financially right now. Plus, Luna looked at me and she's like, "What the hell? You're going to three concerts? No, no, no." So there's what's going on. Uh, Oh, Rita. Oh, that makes my day. Please, please. It's good to know that Rita will be going to Fire Shut Up in My Bones in Philadelphia. Enjoy the Met screening. Please take me with you. And I look forward to hearing your comments about it when you and the missus return to Puerto Vallarta. Um, when am I selling coffee and headlines t shirts? I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. I don't know. But when we do, you'll be the first to know. Um, my daughter and fiance are trying to decide on a destination wedding in Mexico. Any suggestions? Yes, keep it small. Destination weddings are extremely expensive. Uh, I've been hearing a lot lately about police corruption, not just in PV, but in other states, or the police changing trumped up fines on the spot, especially when it comes to tourists. Just curious, if true, is there something being done about this, and have you experienced this yourself? Oh, that's a very good question. I think police corruption is everywhere, and police corruption is like a rain shower. Sometimes you get caught in the middle of one and you get wet. Sometimes you're lucky and you don't get caught in the middle of one. That's all I can tell you. The only suggestion I can offer is to, um, just be mindful of this and and take care of your decision making when you go out on the streets. If you're going to be out on the streets late at night, then think about whether it's a good idea to do that. When you decide to drive, um, going over the speed limit, think about whether it's a good idea to do that. I mean, I know this doesn't answer your question, but police corruption is this blanket big situation that is a lot easier to talk about than it is to control. Let's see what else we have. Oh, wait, I think we're there. My goodness, and it's 10:53. Uh, we're done. We're done unless I see any more cues appearing on my screen in the next few minutes. It's time to move on with our day. I appreciate your analogies. Corruption is like a rain shower. Yeah, I mean, you can carry an umbrella, and sometimes even if you carry an umbrella, you're still gonna get wet. What else is there to it? I'm not sure. Let's see if this button works. The buttons are working today. Great. So this was Coffee and Headlines for today. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow we discuss El Caloso, a neighborhood that has come up in our conversations before. We've even had a walk through El Caloso. But tomorrow we look at it from the point of view of all these explorations that we've had of different neighborhoods here in Puerto Vallarta. So if you're interested in El Caloso, come back tomorrow. If you live in El Caloso and would like to share your information, it will be appreciated. There's a queue here. Any news in biosters? I have no idea what a bioster is, Dana, so I don't know that I can help you. If you care to clarify what a bioster is, please feel free to do so, and I hope to be able to answer your question. Meanwhile, I don't see anything else. So it is Thursday, one day away from the weekend. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope you will stay happy, kind, optimistic, and dry. And that's basically it. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon.